Good afternoon, how are you all? Just make sure this is on silent. Lovely to see you all. I can see all of your comments. It's lovely to see you all. It's 4 inches of snow, blooming amazing. So if we are live on TikTok too, if you want to share the love of craft, as always, welcome to the channel everyone. My name is Toni Darroch and this is where we create together, and this is class 4. So let's have a look. We have Barbara, Marilyn, Phil, Veronica, Rhiannon, Connie. Ooh, a few of you on, right? Can't see if I'm live over on this side though. I'm not sure. We'll just stick with what we've got for now. So, how is everyone? I hope you're all well. Anybody got any gossip? So I can see comments on Facebook and on YouTube. Just one second, I've got an annoying hair dangling somewhere onto my face. Hi Tony. Hi Tony. Hi Amanda. Melanie, Julie, Marilyn, Danielle. Sarah, are you all excited? So what's the class going to be about today? Well, I'm going to try and do something different today. We're going to do a bit of painting and we're going to use cardstock that we don't normally use in our stash. Hi everyone, Danielle says. Hi Carol. I can't see anything happening over on this side, so just make sure. Not sure if TikTok's live at all. Pardon? Oh, do I have to do that? Alright. Should have said. Could have said. Just 1 second. Sorry guys. It's all new. Try again. So, hopefully that's sorted. Create Together Club Class 4, guys. So, 3 cards so far, monochromatic, embossed, and then sort of like a shaped, distressed, lovely stamped image or design. Which one do we like so far? Can we decide so far? Hello Tony and Tim. Hello guys, lovely to see you all. So come on, get interactive, talk to me everyone. If you are over on TikTok, wonderful to have your company too. Check out the TikTok shop. There's been some more crazy backside savings put on by TikTok, which is awesome. Check out those. I have loaded the magazine on there as well now, so that's available over there as well. We've got Michelle on. Good morning. Got my first order from your site plus another of your products from HTCN. Now to create. Oh, so excited. Can't wait to see what you're going to do with that. Hello everyone. Number 2 so far for Barbara. The embossed cheaty background we did. You like that one, did you? Mary says she loves the monochromatic one. I love the monochromatic, says Danielle too. Love the fence shaped card. They're all lovely, but card 3 is my favourite, which is the fence shaped card. If I just lean back a little bit here, you can see the 3 cards. Now today we're going different. Now let me just show you the products that is actually our Create Together Club very quickly. Hello, am I still here? Can you see me, guys? Is everything okay? Can you still see me? I'm not sure if I've lost you all there. I've clicked the on air and I have gone back to how it was before, so fingers crossed. No, frozen. Oh. Yes, you can still see me over on. We can see and hear you. Brilliant. Okay, guys. Let's just try and refresh. Don't know how to refresh. Sorry TikTok, I've just lost you and I can't. Oh, hang on, go live, try again. Try again. No, it's not letting me. So unfortunately TikTok, I can't be with you today, which is fine. So anyway, we still crack on regardless, don't we? So basically our Create Together Club is that wonderful collection of stencils, stamps, dies, and then we have the pattern paper, and we've tried to use them across the board. Yesterday we used the pattern paper in the background, but today's class 4 is encouragement to step out of your comfort zone, maybe try a little bit of painting, and maybe try some coloured cardstock as well. So let's just show you some of the samples. Everybody's saying hello. So let's have a look on here. We've got Ella Mims. I was diagnosed with HSV type. I cried for days. I was devastated on looking. I'm not sure if that is. Let's just have a look. Oh crikey, it's a good job I didn't read all of that. Some of the comments on here, guys, I know. So in this particular collection you get the stamp, the dies, the words, the stencils to do the layering element of it, and then we get our paper pad, don't we? But today we're going different. We're going to try and do some painting and some other bits and pieces, so let's go with it. I have got 2 pieces of cardstock out of my stash that I don't normally use, but I love. So the crafty colour and the navy. So what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to just use the stamp only the stamp, okay? So let me just show you some samples. So all different samples. So these ones are particularly cool because they're just using the stamps. The stencils I use in the background to get those splats. So Sarah's just got the dispatch notice for March class. Yes, we're firing on all cylinders, you know. Well, we're trying to. Here we go, and then some more here. I'll just show you a few more and then we'll get straight into demo, because I want to do a bit of painting in this particular class, because I know some of you like to really pick up that brush and give it a try regardless. So just move those out of the way. So coloured cardstock. So I'm gonna go with the navy. It'll look cool on the craft, but I'm gonna go dark because I feel like this technique is gonna lend itself really well to that. So I'm gonna create myself a card blank with this piece of card first. So let's do that. So pick your favourite coloured cardstock out of your stash that you stroke, but you wouldn't normally use for a card. That's what we're going with today. So I'm just going to score this first. Make myself a card. And I'll go about here. So this is my card blank, so I'm going tone on tone. So I have a navy card blank. Okay. And then I need the same piece again for a matte and layer. Like so, and this is the piece we're going to work on, and this is going to go on here. Okay, I might need to take a bit more off the bottom of there. So I think you're going to like this one. Well, I'm hoping it's going to turn out. It's a vision in my head. I haven't actually tried it, so if it all goes horribly wrong, like I say, what's the worst that could happen? So I've got this navy colour here. Can you see? Just a plain navy, just from my stash. I don't know how I managed to gain it, but I've got it. So I'm going to use the stamp. And what we're going to do is we're going to heat emboss Oopsie daisy. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to grab my Eureka. One minute. Can you believe it, guys? We have done no pink yet. We're going to have to do some pink tomorrow. Pink tomorrow. So we'll grab this. And then we'll get our flower. And I'm going to go bottom corner because I just love. We'll go just a bit higher there. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat emboss. So anti-static bag. Shaz, Toni, I've messaged you on TikTok. TikTok's not working, sorry, and I don't want it to interfere with my class. So I probably might not get it. You might have to do it personally, I don't know. So anti-static bag, so the embossing powder just sticks where I want it to stick. And then we need a sticky ink pad. And we're going to ink this one up with a sticky ink pad. You should be able to see the colour come across on this navy card. So stamp this down. So you can see the details transferred over beautifully, but I'm going to do it twice just in case. And we'll just use our card to catch the gold. Pop this on here. What's everybody doing today? It's still cold, isn't it? So you can see now, because we use that anti-static bag, these splats in here are built into the stamp. That's not like a mess of the powder, that is part of the stamp. But you can see, because we use that anti-static, it ain't stuck everywhere. So really, really pretty. So I'm just going to pop that on there. Let's get rid of this. And then we'll heat set it. Patricia, hello from Idaho. Hi, sweetheart. Just put this back on here. Get rid of this. And then let's get our gun. Some raw samples so you don't get a shadow. So let's heat set this one. So get your gun hot. Raining in California. Not great, is it? Mind you, it's been raining here for a week. So crafting. So get your gun hot. When your gun's hot, chase the powder. So you get, I'm obsessed with navy lately, says Daniela. Are you? Don't know what made me do this today. Just thought, you know what, we're going to do a bit of painting. I know a lot of people like to do painting too. So let's incorporate it in the class. So I'm just giving this until it dries. So now we have our look at that. Nice, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to paint the flower white, and then we're going to add some colour on top to see what sort of like look you get. I think you're going to get a very cloudy, ethereal look. I have a vision in the head. So what we're going to, before I paint it though, I want to cut some of those foliage skeleton leaves. You know, the one that goes with this one. I want that one. So, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them flat. And this one, this is the one I want. I need to cut these, pop these back in. So this particular one, I'm just going to grab some gold. And I'm going to cut this probably 2 or 3 times. So they go quite well. So let's just cut this. And then we'll get our die cutting machine. So I'll just cut, I've only got one of these, so I'm going to have to run it through a couple of times. I think I'll go 1, 2, I'll do 3, just in case. Nearly didn't end up doing live today, guys. The blooming internet was playing silly sods, and then Tim got it working, and I think that's probably why I've lost TikTok. Thankfully I've not lost you on this side. So and Tim hates it when technology doesn't do the job it's supposed to do, because it obviously harbours and prevents everything that we do here at Stamps by Me. So I've said to him, don't worry sweetheart, I'll share my Kit Kat with you. You're like a Kit Kat's going to make it all better. I'm like, it's not the end of the world. So, die cut machine. Let's show you what I'm doing. Move that to the side. We'll grab our pieces. Now remember what I told you. If you try and cut this intricate die onto a hard plate, it's going to be problematic, isn't it? So you need to get some scrap card or a piece of card. I'll just grab a piece of black off the back here, so it's cutting into something softer. I'm going to put that on there, then my card, and then my die. In fact, I've already got one of these cut. Oh, I have, look at that. I've already got one from the other day, so I only need to do 2. So let's just cut this one first. Let's have a look what size the card. I've no idea, I've just made it myself, but I will certainly measure it for you, Marie. 1 second. So what will happen is you can see now that's embedded into there. How nice is that? But you can see it's cut like an absolute dream. It literally has cut both. I need to get my pokey tool on that. Mind you, it does look good full. Let's just leave it for now. Before we get giddy kipper and pop it out, let's just do another one. That does look good, doesn't it? See, something's happened for a reason. Do another one. Probably because I ran it back as well, like I've just done now. It's probably going to be, this one's probably going to be stuck as well. Let's have a look. So my card blank size, just one, oh, there we go again, look. Just that's just a credit to my machine. I'll take the credit on that one. If I pull it out, it's going to pull all them bits out. Shall we leave the bits in? Shall we pull it? Look at that. Try it at home, guys, with your dies. 2 for the price of 1. Right, let's measure this card blank. Card blank is 6 by 4.5. I just did that by eye, just random size I like to make around that size. let's get rid of that. So you can see now we've got some with bits in. I'm not going to pop the bits out because I've got a black one as well, which is not going to go with our navy, but it has potential, right? It's a nice concept, I guess. So let's just set those aside and let's bring in our piece of embossed flower. So you need a white ink pad to paint with, or our confetti ink white. White ink pad that you can add water, of course. Sure you've all got white. And then I'm just going to add some water in here. And then I'm going to paint this flower white, she says. Now the embossing powder will resist it, so don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm just going to take the white and I'm going to paint. Excuse the bangle, better move that. Onto the card now, get rid of some of that water. So if you go up, can you see how the gold pushes it away anyway? So if you go over the lines, it's not a great shade, guys. Try and stay within the lines of the design though. So I'm just adding the white. Super. I'll be as quick as I can. Obviously don't want to sit and watch me paint, I guess. However, you will see it drying as I'm doing it, so you're going to get that lovely smoky ethereal look, which is what I'm trying to achieve. But I do want to put some colour on top as well, so I'm going to see how that goes. So this piece will probably be dry by the time I've got through, and I think the amount of white you have underneath is going to affect how the top colour sits, if that makes any sense at all. So think about that as well. The more intense you make the white, the easier it's going to be to lay the colour on top. I believe that's quite creamy white, so that'll be interesting to see how it works on that part. And if you get it on your gold, it just, can you see how it just brushes off? So don't worry too much about it. So you see how it's drying. So this one's got a ton of water on there, and look how different that one's drying. So I would probably say just experiment. This has got quite a bit of water on my brush, so let's try this one. It is Sarah coming back in stock eventually, I promise. Kathy's making her husband his Valentine's card. That is so cool. Now this is just looking awesome in just the white, right? It'd make a great Christmas card. So if you paint it all white and you don't want to add colour, as in paint colour on top, we could put our stencils on top of this. You could actually go on top of, and then what you've done there is you've created colour on top of a dark coloured card blank, which is not something you would traditionally be able to do. So that might be worth a try too. But once it's dry, just get some tissue, give it a rub, and then the gold will just naturally come back through. So you might want to, I don't know, shall we make it a bit darker in some of these areas here? It's drying. Let's have a look. So I think you're just going to have to play around with it, get some, as long as you've got a white underlay, the rest is going to look after itself, and I'll show you that in a second. And don't worry, the colour will just brush off the gold, so when it's dry we'll get some tissue and brush it back off the gold. Oh, blew all my bits everywhere. So just give that a second. Shall we try and push it on a little bit with our gun? I like it's a bit darker in some areas. Yeah, I do too. Let's just blast it off. I'll do it on a low heat. See how it's changing already? I'll just get some tissue and I'll try and bring my gold. Mind you, I'm going to paint again, but let's just bring my gold back a little bit. So when you brush, can you see there? The gold just naturally comes back, just burnished. You can wet it a little bit as well if you don't get the full pull, if you wanted it to come like so. Wet it a little bit and it'll push it back. There we go. So you get all of that lovely gold come back. See there? That's a great card in itself, right? I mean, you could go to town on that, but really what I've done is I've built my sort of like underlay for colour now. So you can get your ink pads. I've just grabbed these watercolours that are in my stash because it's got a nice dark blue, but you can use an ink pad. You can use an ink pad. So what I am going to do is I'm going to do it blue in a sense, but I think if we do blue exterior and blend it to the centre, it will mix with the white, giving us like a ghost-like effect. I don't know. Listen, I try these things. If it doesn't quite work, you know not to do it at home, right? But I think I have a vision and I think it will look quite nice. So if it don't work out, we'll move on, right? She says. So, and I know you all like me to be the blooming guinea pig here, which I don't mind doing. So let's get some water in this white, sorry, in this blue. Let me just clean my brush off too. So, you're all sat with bated breath now, aren't you? Let's have a look. I was rewatching old YouTube videos when you did the wow powder show. Your face when you made the ring. Have you still got it? I still have got it. I still have got it. Of course I have. These moments need to be saved forever. But we do forget about them until you remind us, right? So let's take some of this blue. Now what I am going to do is I'm just going to take a bit of the scrap blue that so you can see the difference. Now I mean I've got a bit of white in my brush here as well, but just to see what it's going to sit like on the blue. Now that's wet. Wait till it pretty much disappear into nothing. But because you've got a little bit of white on my brush, can you see actually there is a difference, but not much. But as soon as we mix this blue on top of this white, I'm going to end up with a dreamy flower, she says. Okay, so let's go for it. So I'm going to take some of the blue and I'm going to go around the edge of the flower. Let's do petal by petal. This is probably a little bit too much, but hey ho. So round the edge here. Is this a full petal? That's a full petal, isn't it? So around the edge here as well. Can you see just around the edge there? And then what I'm going to do, I should really have a bottle of, a little pot of water here, but I'm not that lucky, so I'm just going to have to spray it on my mat. So a bit of water. And then with the water on my brush, I'm then going to sort of blend it into the white, hopefully, she says. So I'm going to clean my brush again. Let's just see how that, let's see how that one dries. Do you get my vision now, guys? Are you all getting my vision? What do we think? I think I need a bit more. Am I onto something? Should I go with? Shall I carry on? Toni is awesome. I bloody wish I was. Listen. So pick up some more blue. Let's try a different one. So we'll put the dark on the edge. Just down the edge on the left. We might go in the centre a little bit on this one. And then up the side of this petal here. And then we'll clean our brush. She says in the pot of water that I don't have. In fact, you know what I could do? Improvising here. Take the lid of this one. Tip some water in. Turn that heater off. And I'll have a little bit of pot of water, won't there? Improvisation, look here guys. Like so, and then we'll clean our brush. And then we'll sort of drag it out. Get rid of any excess water in my brush, not too much, and then we'll just drag it out into the white. Love it. Do you love it? Do you think? It looks really nice here. I've got that really dark line. Looks really nice. Let me just mop this up. And you can see that blue that's dried on there. You can see there is a bit there because it's mixed with a little bit of that white. And of course you can build on it as well, so you can soften it. So let's do another one. So the dark, so sort of like outline the petal down one side. I think that's, I'm just going to treat that as a full petal because it's quite abstracty. So like so, clean the brush. A good tip is if you're getting a load of water all over, just always have a piece of tissue to hand just to drink the water out of your brush. You see how much water came out of there? Just helps a little bit, and then move, sort of like spin it in, spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it. I want to try and keep the white in the centre, so a bit of water on my brush, not too much. I think that's not a bad effort. Bearing in mind it needs to dry as well. So I'm going to keep going. Perseverance. Leslie says she likes it. Well, I'm pleased. So basically I'm outlining the petal with the dark, so you could do a great red poinsettia type style design on this, guys. You really could. And there's a nice red on here as well, but you can use your ink pad. You don't have to have watercolors. So let's do this big one here. So I'm not going around all, probably 3 sides. I have to say I'm loving it. Is anyone else loving it? Or is it just me? Am I just having the most fun? Gonna have to deal with that little space that's annoying me, but yeah. I think once you've got your initial colour down, you can go back in and manipulate it, can't you? Looks like an acrylic flower. Some more. Just gonna spray my water. So let's do this one. Bit different today's class. Looks really nice. And I enjoy watching you. A lot of people say they enjoy watching me. I hate watching myself. When I like, if Tim puts it on the TV at home to make sure the sound's nice, you know, it's like the sound's nice and the picture's clear and nothing went wrong. I'm like, oh, I do not want to listen to my voice. Please don't. Please don't. So who's going to give this technique a try then? So let's get in this awkward one then. Let's gonna go in the dark center here. Don't ask me where I got this idea from, guys. I just thought we'd do, it's nice to see options when you colour onto dark card. And I did a technique at Christmas actually, didn't I? Where I showed you how to do stenciling on black card. So you do your first layer in the white and then you put your colours on top. So I thought, you know what, we'll do painting in that respect today. Which, like I say, I had no clue if it were going to work. But I have to say, I'm pretty chuffed. Pretty chuffed. Let's do these two now. Oh yes, it's a must. Well, I can't wait. Somebody do it in a red. Nice red. So do the white first and then a nice red. So I bet that would look stunning. So the key really is to make sure you do have some white, so it all just don't look like a blue flower. You've got like the moody, misty sort of effect. It looks like it's been done in multiple layers. Get away with a bit more on that, I think. Having that white underneath really does aid you in getting a really nice blend. Now it's drying beautifully. So now I'm just going to take my brush with like less water in, and I am just going to add some detail around just to define it a little bit in some places, not too much. In the creases, as they say, creases and crevices. Just gives it a little bit of a shadow, I guess. And then let's get some dark in the centre a little bit more, in and around this gold. Gives a little bit more definition there. So, I mean, you could keep going. I could probably build and build on top of that and do a less blend, but I'm absolutely chuffed with how that's turned out. Now, let me just try one more thing. So I'm just going to wet my brush, and for instance, this petal here, just with a little bit less water, if we activate it again, yes. So if you activate it again, as I said, I'm the guinea pig. If you wet your brush again and you activate it again, and you've got like maybe a blob that you're not, it's a little bit blobby and you want it to be a little bit more smooth, take your wet brush, just soften it a little bit. You see there? Just soften those harsh lines if you're a little bit thinking, oh, it didn't look as good as Toni. Well, this is my first attempt at this as well. So just take a damp brush and just sort of like blend, soften those lines a little bit. So play around with it, move it around, have fun. Now I've taken all the colour off that by the looks of that. Let's just add a bit more. There we go. Fill in that little black blob I just created there somehow. There we go. There's always one, isn't there? There's always one. There we go. Right, so let's just take, ooh, wibble wobble. Let me just move that for now, and that. So what we need to do now is I'm going to add some gold splats because I've got some gold paint here. You can use a watercolour paint, anything you've got. I'm just going to wet this. I'm going to add our own splats. So mainly, it doesn't matter if it goes on my flower, but mainly around. I'm a sucker for a splat. Right, so let's just get some tissue and clean this off. Now let's just dry this. There is still some available of this class, not many guys, but if you want to get involved, you can catch the content at any time. It's just on our channel. So that is that. And then needs to go. The pieces that we cut, I thought we could make our own unique flower, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim that down. So I'll get rid of that. So we'll have a flat, and this will be a raised. Shall we try it this side? That's the full one. The full one looks cool as well. Let's just stick with what we've got though. So here's one with the bits popped out. So let's stick these two on. Just get rid of the excess glue. this one. I'm glad you're enjoying the inspiration. Don't have to buy the product to enjoy the inspiration. Excuse me. So while that sticks proud like that, and then we need our sentiment. So it would be a gold, I need a small one. Many thanks, birthday wishes would work as well. Let's do birthday wishes. So let's just let that, so you can see where this is going already, can't you? Super cool. So let's just move that out of the way. Let's grab our Eureka. And I don't even think I'm going to mat and layer this. I'm going to keep it quite naked, just in the sense that it's going to look cool on our nice background. So let's just get this piece of navy. Birthday wishes. So again, always make sure you use your anti-static. It really does help. Sticky ink pad. You need to be careful when you stamp out your sentiments. You don't want it all to like burst into one. Just be careful you don't press on so hard. Get this. Do our gold sentiment. There we go. Nice, hey? We'll heat set this one. Best one so far, Rolf says. Woo! I have to top it tomorrow, and we're going to top it tomorrow. Don't forget, we've got our Imala launch tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And then let's cut this down, and I'm going to keep it the same shape today. Yesterday we did like a little bit of a cut around, didn't we? Well, today we're going straight. Well, she says straight as you can anyway. That is not straight. This is where you end up with hardly no border. Are you ready? Straighter. If anybody asks, it's straighter. Right, so what we need to do is we need to flatten this out a little bit because it's bumpy lumpy. So let's just give it a little bit of a tease. And what we will do is, because I've got this craft card to hand, in fact, yeah, so what I'm going to do, guys, is because we've got a few lumps and bumps in our card, to stick that onto the back of our card is going to look naff. It looks like a wavy hot mess. So I'm going to create a little mount with the excess card, and this is a great way to use the bits that. So I've created this sort of like double mount, and I'm going to stick these together, and I'm going to stick it underneath to flatten it. So when it sort of flattens it, you might think it's crazy. It is a little bit crazy. And some of you might think that, oh, well, what is the point? You might as well do pads. You can do pads too, but I just feel like sometimes when you try and pad a design underneath, you get the horrible wave and it looks ugly. So this is my way of stopping that from happening. So I'm going to stick these 2 pieces to the back. I would stick more normally, get a so it gives me a raise, but you know, you get the example. So 1, and stick another one. Kathy says she would have to think hard who to give this to. What, because of its style or because you like it and you don't want to let it go? Let me know, Kathy. Somebody would appreciate it, maybe. Or keep it for yourself. Yeah. So now, as you can see, it's straight. Can you see how it's straightened it out? Because there's nothing the worse than having like a tunnel underneath your card where you can see. So it's just a little bit of a trick that I appreciate when I'm trying to do my card. So maybe you will appreciate it too. And then no mat and layer, because I don't want to distract from the painted flower. Hold it in place. And then our little sentiment, we do need a pad, but I don't have any pads, so again I will improvise. So today's it. The way that I like to quickly make a pad is make sure it's smaller and then do one. I mean, use your pads at home. It's just that I, again, for the 3rd class on the trot, have not picked up a pad, set of pads. Although I own a craft shop, I just keep forgetting. So I don't want to go too high, maybe one more. That's probably it. And then we'll trim it down. So I have my own little pad. And then we'll stick this to the back of this. And you have your own, hey, you've got your own coloured pads there now. It all matches. Matchy matchy look. Bit of excess card there from my trimming, trying to get it all level. Oh, have I just made it even worse now? Probably. Oh. This is what I was saying about them ending up the size of a postage stamp by the time you've finished. And then just some glue. Let that dry. Obviously make sure your sentiment's straight when you cut it. And there we go. I'll hold it up in a second. So a bit of ethereal painting, I'm calling it. I don't know, shadow painting, cloud-like painting, call it what you wish. Just an alternative way to get coloured paints onto a dark coloured cardstock. If you have the white underlay, it really, really works. What do we think? Really impressed with that, says Roseman. Cheers, Roseman. I'll take that to the bank. Something a little bit different today. So another, maybe a technique you might try. Maybe, I don't know. Patricia loves this card. So far, 1 to 4. I did strengthen card number 3 as well before I came to where I didn't tell you as well. I've chipped a tooth, which is not a good sketch. So there we go. Hand painted card. We're ready to put it on the back. Card. Oh gosh, there's no pink. I cannot believe it. There is no pink. Pink tomorrow. Class 5 tomorrow, pink, 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 purple, yellow, or orange. We need to do something. Let's do a red, vibrant poppy, because it is actually a poppy. Looks gorgeous, well done. Well, I'm chuffed with that. I'm not sure which is my favourite yet. I'm going to pick at the end. Pick at the end. So there we go, class number 4. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you do make any makes, don't forget to share them on our Eureka fan page. And I am live tomorrow at 1 p.m. for our I'm Arla launch with Carly, and then straight after that in here for our last class of the Create Together Club. Now, if you've enjoyed the club so far, I know we're on class 4. The classes never go away. There is an opportunity still to get the products that come within the kit. And you can craft as and when you please if you really like the product. And of course you can do your own things. Maybe you guys could inspire me for a change, but I have seen some of the makes in our Eureka fan page and they have been awesome. So whatever your colour, whatever you're doing, whatever your colour, whatever you're doing, have a great afternoon stroke evening, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 1 p.m. It's going to be a good one, guys. Got some fantastic samples from the design team. Take care, guys. Bye.